on the receiving end of a phone call from the school that goes a little bit something like this. Mrs. Jones, this is Miss Franklin at the principal's office, and the principal has little Johnny in his office right now because he blah, 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 blah. You fill in the blanks. Well, if you've been on the receiving end of that sort of call, this clip is for you, because we're going to talk about 5 ways to keep your child in the classroom and out of the principal's office, and that is something that we all would like to do as parents. And so one of the first things we have to do is emotion coach our children. It's plain and simple, and it is something that will pay dividends for years to come when we're able to help our child calm their limbic system, calm their brain down, be able to settle in, sit and listen, and reduce impulsivity. Those are really, really important skills. And we teach those in such a way that our children hardly know that we're teaching them. We are playful with them. We give them new words to say and new things to think and new behaviors. All of those things are discussed in Bloom. But that emotion coaching piece is crucial because social skills will determine our success across the lifespan, not only with peers and in relationships, but also it has a huge impact on our academic ability as well as our success in our career. So emotion coaching first and foremost. We all want to be doing that, and Bloom is the ticket to help you with that. The second thing we want to do is what I call map skills, but I'm not talking about maps that we open up like the old-time maps. Hardly anybody uses those anymore. Everybody has GPS on their phones or somewhere in their car, and they don't use old-time maps. But when I'm talking about map skills, I'm talking about following directions, plain and simple. And directions and being able to follow them will also contribute to your child's ability to stay in the class, stay on task, and do what's asked of him. So there are some games that we can play with our kids that will help them learn how to pay attention better. And they're classic games that most of us remember. Games like Red Light, Green Light, games like Simon Says, and those sorts of games can be really, really helpful to our children because they're having to listen, they're having to attend to what we're telling them. Simon Says is another one that's really helpful for children. And the next thing we want to do is play detective. And playing detective means that we are doing a couple of things. We're looking to see if our child is getting enough sleep. And sleep is huge when it comes to our children's ability to perform well in school, to behave as we would like them to behave, and to behave in a way that is pro-social and helps them get their needs met and also helps them be successful. So when our child gets enough sleep, they're able to do those things much more easily. And if you have a sleep issue or you're concerned about sleep with your child, check with your physician and see what you can do to help ameliorate or help solve that problem. And then the other thing is nutrition. And nutrition also has a huge impact on behavior, much more so than most of us have come to know. And so paying attention to whether our children are getting enough protein, whether they're getting enough quality fats, whether they're getting enough fruits and vegetables on a daily basis to keep their brain in tip-top shape and help them perform at their highest level possible. The other thing when it comes to playing detective is figuring out exactly what's happening with our child in school. Are they having trouble spots on the bus? Is it first thing in the morning when they get there? Is it at math class? Is it at recess? Is it in the cafeteria? Are they unstructured times or structured times? Asking those questions and figuring out exactly where the problems are can be very, very helpful. And last but not least, contact your school district and find out if they have a behavioral specialist who could come in and do a functional behavior assessment and help figure out some of the functions of your child's behavior. That is, what is your child trying to get at with those behaviors, and help to determine some much more effective ways for your child to get those needs met, thereby helping reduce those behaviors. The next thing we want to do is what I call go Hollywood. And when we go Hollywood, that simply means that we're role playing, that we're figuring out some fun ways to interact with our kids and letting them try on some new behaviors. Trying on some new ways to respond to problem situations. And we want to do this when our kids are calm and cool and collected, and when they're able to really kind of receive the information we're trying to share with them. That's going to make it much more easy for them to be able to recall some of that later on when they really, really need it. And don't forget, as with most things in Hollywood, rehearsals are definitely important. So you want to rehearse with your child those new strategies. You don't don't want to just do it. It's not a one and done thing. You want to rehearse it and do it over and over and over again, because repetition is what helps it stick in our brain. And then finally, we want to, if possible, and if we have tried all these other things and we're not getting much relief and our child's not getting much relief, we would want to request a meeting with the teacher and with administrators at the building so that we could build a very comprehensive plan and a very comprehensive approach as to how we're going to deal with some of these problem areas, problem behaviors, so that we can all work together and be on the same page to pull the child towards success. Look in the book for a lot more ideas that can be really beneficial to helping your child realize success and be the best that he or she possibly can.